What is up, Coach Emma here, and welcome back to the Fit Habit Life podcast, where we cut through the noise, talk real health and fitness, sustainable fat loss, and habits that actually work. And on today's episode, basically just giving you guys a little bit of motivation post-holiday. So today will be the Monday after the 4th of July, and a lot of people go on vacation during the 4th of July, and a lot of people overindulge on the 4th of July and the 4th of July weekend and while they're on vacation. So just wanted to make this episode to say, hey, if that was you, that's okay. That happens. And the worst thing to do is just say screw it and keep going down that road. So really, that's kind of what I wanted to talk about today. This is going to be a short and sweet one, but before I jump in, just wanted to thank you guys for listening. If you've been enjoying the show, if you could please rate the show, share the show, or subscribe to the podcast. That just helps me get in front of more people, which helps me help more people, which is the goal of this show. So anyway, let's just jump in. So 4th of July was yesterday. I'm filming on Sunday because I took Friday off, and Saturday was the 4th of July, so I kind of took that off too. I worked a little bit, but not too much. And then today, I went to bed super late, and I had some beer yesterday, and today was pretty rough. So this is like Sunday evening, but I'm still here, consistent, not missing a day. But anyway, so yesterday, and I'll just recount what I did. Yesterday, we went to a friend's house. We had I brought cheese. I am good at picking fancy cheeses from the store, so I picked out cheese. We had cheese and bread and crackers. Then our friend grilled tri-tip and pork ribs. He also baked sweet potatoes, mac and cheese, steamed broccoli, and yeah, that was the ensemble. And then for dessert, we had homemade apple pie. And yeah, and he has a lot of fancy beer. I love fancy Belgian beer. That is my alcoholic beverage of choice. I haven't drank since March, and it's July, so it's been 3 months-ish since I've had any alcohol at all. So I was like, you know what? This sounds nice. Our house, also update on the mold. Our big mold colonies are gone. We still have to clean out the HVAC and Swiffer all the walls in our home. Woohoo! Mold particulates get everywhere, and they're really small and hard to see. And so our house still technically is moldy and toxic, but it's less so. And we're not being exposed to live, active black mold colonies anymore. So, woohoo! That's great. But anyway, so update on that. So I was like, well, celebration. We don't have to have people break apart our home anymore. That's another story. I'm definitely still going to get my husband on to talk about the moldiness, but our offices are I'm still in the kitchen, obviously, because our offices don't have flooring anymore, but that's another thing. But anyway, I wanted a beer to celebrate the mold remediation process being almost complete, and our family friend has fancy Belgian beers, and he offered them to me, and I was like, yes. So I had 1.5 beers, and I tracked to see, and it's a lot of calories. I think I had probably 1,500 to maybe even 2,000 calories last night with the food. I didn't eat that much cheese, but I had a big piece of apple pie. I had 1.5 fancy beers, which is probably about 500 calories. Pie is probably 400 to 500 calories, so that's already 1,000 calories. Then with a couple pieces of bread and a couple tiny pieces of cheese, and then some ribs and some mac and cheese, and it's probably at least 1,700 to 2,000 calories. I don't think I've eaten that much in a long time, actually. So that happened last night, and then we went to bed. We didn't get home till midnight because I live about an hour away, and the sun sets at like 9:30 now. So I didn't even realize the time. And then I wake up at 5 regardless of when I go to bed. So I got like 5 hours of sleep last night. I rarely drink alcohol. And I was pretty dehydrated from yesterday. So I think there was the dehydration, the alcohol, the poor sleep. Today I was exhausted and starving. And we go to church to help out and set up early. So we were there at like 8. So I barely got out of bed at 5:30, slow moving. And my husband was really slow moving. And anyway, so today was very rough. But what I did is I kind of just got back to my regular-ish routine. We did have plans to go to lunch with people, and we did go to lunch, and I had lunch out. But I had an omelet with ham and spinach and a little bit of cheese and like some roasted potatoes and a piece of sourdough. So it wasn't like I had a big heavy meal, but I had that for lunch. My breakfast was a little bit lighter, cottage cheese bowl. And then snack, I just had a Ninja Creamy, about 200 calories or so. And dinner, I was kind of hungry, probably partially sleep deprivation and partially just ate a little bit less than I usually do during the day. So had a rice bowl with chicken and broccoli and some popcorn, and I think I had a rice cake or two. So overall, a little bit lower caloric intake than usual, but not that much lower. So what I'm saying is like today and tomorrow and Monday, the rest of the week, I'm just kind of get back to normal, try to listen to my body. I'm prioritizing sleep tonight. I'm getting to bed early so I can get good quality sleep, so I can be set up for success for the rest of the week. But yeah, I'm just kind of getting back into the regular things. I probably could have eaten less today, but because of the low energy, my body was like, I'm going to make you hungry, which is why sleep is so important in a fat loss phase. Because if you're not getting enough sleep, your hunger signals are completely dysregulated and you will be overindulging. So I kind of knew that I was hungrier, and so I tried to have more filling foods and make better choices and stay hydrated. But I still, I had 2 rice cakes after dinner because I was still really hungry, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm really hungry. But anyway, but plan for the rest of the week isn't to restrict myself, it's just to go back to my regular routine. I didn't weigh myself this morning. I'm probably going to weigh myself tomorrow, just see where it's at. It's probably going to be up. I also did a really crazy hike on Friday with my husband, and we did have pizza. But it was like 3.5 mile up and 3.5 mile back. And in those 3.5 miles, it was 3,000 feet of elevation gain. It was a miserable hike. I do not recommend it. It had a nice view, but it was too hot, dry, and just in general, not a fun time. Again, don't recommend. So, we won't be doing that one again. But the one we did 2 weekends ago was really nice. But anyway, so we did that Friday. So then yesterday, I was tired. Today, I'm tired. Today, my calves are sore. But I'm just trying to get back to my regular routine. And that's the game plan. I did a lift yesterday. I didn't quite get 10,000 steps. I came close-ish. Today, I still have to go on another walk because I was super tired. I took a nap and that helped. But basically my point being is I overindulged. I had alcohol. I did not sleep enough. And I'm not trying to cut or restrict my food choices. I'm just trying to get back to my regular routine. And that's what I strongly recommend you guys do. Because, yeah, sure, you can try to restrict and cut calories and all this stuff, but why? If you take care of your body most of the time, one day where you overindulge is not going to make a big impact. It's if you do that consistently. So instead of trying to overcorrect, or instead of saying screw it, just do the best that you can. Do the best that you can. And get back to your regular routine. As I said, one day is not going to screw you up. A week will. So that's why I kind of wanted to talk about this and say, hey, look, I kind of did that. I overindulged. I'm not going to say screw it and just do that for the rest of the summer. I'm just getting right back to my regular routine. And I did the best that I could today. I hit my protein targets. I'm going to finish up my steps after this, and I rested and I stayed hydrated. That was all I could do today. And tomorrow I'm going to be back in the gym and hit my lower body session and get that step count in and get my good quality sleep and eat my all homemade whole foods, except there is a piece of apple pie still left that I will have tomorrow. But anyway, just wanted to do this because I know a lot of people probably on Monday are feeling really bad about what happened, and it's totally okay. And this is something I talk through with a lot of my clients all the time. And again, something I tell my clients, you only fail if you give up. If you get back to it, get back to your baseline habits and behaviors, and get back to the gym and get back to your meal prepping, you're going to be just fine. And you will reach your goals eventually. Yeah, maybe you had a misstep. That's okay. That's part of the journey. Part of the journey is making mistakes and learning from them. Like for myself, I should have prioritized my step count in the morning. I was really tired from the hike the day before. So I just kind of took my time and I relaxed in the morning and I had a slow morning. I got to the gym and did a little bit of work in the morning and then kind of just took my time. And because of that, I didn't get my step count in. And I could have and should have. So that's my lesson learned. And I need to pay better attention to the time during the summer, especially if we're an hour away. Because we left close to 11, so we got home close to midnight. I go to bed at 9, and I wake up at 5. So it was kind of a big difference. So those are my 2 takeaways, and hopefully that kind of helps you guys work through it too. And again, it's okay if this happens again too, right? It's just if you give up, that's when you fail. So anyway, if this was helpful, if you're like, wow, actually, I really like what you're saying, I think having you as a coach and for some accountability would be helpful. You can do that for as little as $7 a day. And I'd be more than happy to just chat through what my coaching looks like. I have an episode about what my coaching looks like. And yeah, we could just set up a time to chat and get you started right away if that's something that you think would be helpful. Because the other thing too is in the summer when life is a little bit crazy, that's when things tend to fall to the wayside. And so having that person in your corner who you know is there, who you're paying to be there and you're paying to set you up with a sustainable workout routine and habits and help you work through hurdles and someone to have there for accountability, to reach out for help and to ask questions. This is kind of the best time to do it. You're probably not going to lose body fat, but you can maintain it because summer is crazy. So I never recommend my clients go into a fat loss phase. But anyway, point being, if you think that would be helpful, I could definitely help you with that. And other than that, thank you guys for listening. If you think this was helpful, if you could share it, rate the show, and subscribe, that just helps me get in front of more people, which helps me help more people, which is the goal of the show. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your Monday, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.